Magnum's models and Magnum caliber films right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm coming to you today from the internal library near my office. That's my home. So I wanted to bring you up to date on what is going on with Bloody Sisterly Love and also with the Magnum Models Company. Currently we have several new models who have just recently signed, but due to the weather and the fact that, as many of you who follow us know, I love the outside light and I prefer the natural light, even though I do some studio shoots. But I'm pretty well known for using the outside locations and the natural light. And the weather in Kentucky, although been somewhat better than the rest of the country, we've still had snow, ice, rain, cold temperatures, and it was a personal decision on my part, not necessarily for me, but because I was busy with so many other things, to just go ahead and not put the models in those conditions. Currently, the weather looks like it's going to get much better, and of course it won't be long before it's spring. So I should be able to get those new models on the Facebook, and hopefully working with Jennifer Cowles, our web engineer, and I will take personal responsibility for this. One of the reasons the Magnum Models website has not been updated has to do with me not getting the information and the stuff to her. It has nothing to do with the web engineer herself. It has to do with me. So that one's on me. But let me bring you up to date on Bloody Sisterly Love first. First off, oh, and by the way, the Discount Dan character, I want to tell you, I appreciate the support we've got on that, and I may do more of those, depending on the support we get for it. I know some of the locals really like it. Whether or not it expands beyond here, it's not really a big issue. It was just something fun that we were doing in between, mainly me. With that out of the way, let's go to the Bloody Sisterly Love update. Currently we've got several new associate producers, some thanks producers that have come on board that are giving us some revenue to help finish the film in exchange for credits on the IMDb, which many of us know that working independent films, a lot of us do these things, and it's how we get our films out. We're also looking into some other things to raise the final revenue on the final scenes and the final editing of the film this year, 2014. Today is February the 16th, and I have scheduled Melissa Bug Suetti to come back from Texas in April to reshoot the final scenes for the film. The reason that is happening is we shot those scenes and we began an editing process recently, and we ran into some audio problems. Problems that I was not aware of because I had a different person on the camera that day who was inexperienced with the camera, and so now we've got to go back and we've got to reshoot all of that. See, but the good news is, I think the good news on that is, it was kind of a good thing out of a bad thing. The original ending, and I don't want to give it away, involves a firearm, and we didn't have the actual blank firing props that we currently now have in our possession, which I think just will make it better. We're going to also revamp the scene completely to go along with the storyline that we've already put out there. And maybe put in a little bit of a surprise. So it kind of worked out. We're also going to shoot a final scene with Cindy Mcdonald coming up. Also, that may not be shot till April either. One of the reasons being that we will have the 4th through, I believe, the 8th free to shoot all those scenes, both the follow-up scenes and the reshoot. These things happen on $100 million movies, so it's not an issue, considering that we're an independent film company, and which is a division of my modeling company that we've had for years. And so from time to time, you always run into problems. I don't care who you are. I think one of the if you look at the history of film, I think you understand that no matter who you are, you can run into these problems. Steven Spielberg for Jaws, for example, probably one of the greatest blockbusters that launched the blockbuster, and look how many problems were there. So, criticism will come and we'll deal with it. But I'm kind of just putting out there, this is mainly for our fans. I don't, or someone that wants to know what's going on with the film. The film is a horror film. And it's got all the standard stuff of any horror film. And maybe a few little surprises, because I think we've got a little more of a psychological aspect to it as well. So that's what's going on with Bloody Sisterly Love. And I'm also looking to possibly bring in an additional person on credits and stuff. This is something I'm working on. Haven't quite vamped it out, but this person may also appear in the film and may be very significant to the end product being put out there. So that's out of the way. Next thing, going back to the modeling, we have, like I said, we have several new models coming on. And I'm going to get that website revamped. We're going to remove the old models that are no longer part of the Magnum Models company. We will leave the ones who have pending projects with us in the film because they are still part of the company, even though they may not be active in the modeling, and they may be moving more towards acting with us as we are moving more towards doing more stuff with film. We're not abandoning the modeling stuff, because granted, it's how we started. We get a lot of attention with the models, but we are certainly looking at wanting to do a little bit more film stuff, a little bit better job. I think we've made some improvements. I think we've also had some setbacks. So that's kind of where we're at right now, in this whole process of what we're doing with the company. And I appreciate the support, especially of the local fans. The local fans have been great. You really, really support the Magnum Models Facebook and the Magnum Caliber Films Facebook. It's basically the same thing, but you've always been really, really supportive, and we have a lot of local fans, and I really do appreciate everything that you do for us. And I appreciate all the fans. We have fans from outside of the Bowling Green, Kentucky area too. We have a network of photographers for the models nationwide, and we even have one international photographer up in Canada who is a member of the Magnum Models photography network. His name is Art Safsworth, and I've worked with him a couple times, including up in Canada and here in the United States more than once. So we do have an extensive network. We have an extensive background. We've been in this business for about the modeling for almost 10 years now, and we've been in the film stuff either with other people, supporting them, or doing our own projects like the Batman Date with Destiny fan film, which we've never made any money off of that because we can't. A long story on that one is, and we respect that. We respect the rights of DC Comics and Warner Brothers because we understand that that was basically a fan film, and it was for our fun and for our training, and we learned a lot from it. So I took a lot of the lessons that we learned from that film and tried to apply them to this new film, although I have a whole new bunch of actors I have who some are really well known. Dawn Lynn, for one, has been in several films. Kayla Perkins have been in several films. These are two really well known independent film actresses and models who are very well known here in the Southeast for sure, and some other places as well. So with all that said, we're moving forward, and I look forward to getting Bloody Sisterly Love out. Our date for the premiere or screening, depending on what you want to call it, will be, and we will do this, come hell or high water. At this point, I'm putting myself out there, and unless some lightning strikes me down, in which anything could happen, I will get that film finished, and it will be ready in August of 2014, and that's this year. So we are so close to having it finished. I just really need to get the final pieces of it put together, and once it's put together, I'm working on some editing of it, and in all honesty, I may have to bring in a second editor who has experience in just strictly film editing. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because here's the thing: I respect someone who can actually do a better job than me. So here's the thing: Batman Date with Destiny had a ton of problems with compression because of the camera that we used. I've got to give it up to Adam Campbell, who played Batman in the film, even though it's not in the official credits except on the IMDb, was also the editor on that film. He took tremendous pains. He had experience in editing and did everything he could to correct the problems that, first off, were caused by the camera compression and going back to the wrong type of camera. And that's kind of on me. Just a little bit of an inexperience, but we learned from it. But you know, you can see the finished product. You know, we got multiple things from it out there on the internet, and you'll say, well, why is the final film turned this way, and why is it smaller than, you know, some of the clips that you have? Well, part of it had to do with the editing of the compression from the film, and it was, granted, it was horrible for what happened to Adam, for what he had to go through. And I got great respect for the editing process that he did, because he did a really good job on taking something that might have never been seen in its entirety if it had not been for his editing. He is tied up with other things right now, so I don't know that I could get him to come back on board. But I certainly am going to look into the possibilities of a new film editor. I'm going to look into the possibilities of new software. We used Vegas on the Batman film, and of course it did a really good job. It took care of part of the problems, but I think we're right now we're looking at a full editing computer with new software. We're looking into all of that, possibility of buying that, getting that here at either the main office, or maybe install the studio, redoing the studio. Whatever we need to do to try to get this thing edited and cleaned up with all our parts put together and the final filming, and make the best film possible that we can from what we have, and maybe even make it better than some of the clips that you've seen. You know, cleaning up some of those clips, putting those pieces together. But I again appreciate the support that you have always given us, and our goal here is to finish this film. Not only for our local fans, but for the associate producers, co-producers, everybody else that's involved that has given us money and helped us with this film. The budget is about $20,000, and we most of that has come from donations and our own personal money. So we still, it's a $20,000 budget film. It's basically what it is, and we still have some to go on it. Anyway, it's been a great day. It is sunny here in Kentucky finally, so that looks good for the modeling shoots coming up, and hopefully Bloody Sisterly Love once we start shooting in April for the final scenes and the reshoot of the final scenes. We should start editing, and we'll probably put out at least one really good teaser or trailer probably prior to the August release, once we have all of this stuff in place that we're working on, that we're negotiating with, trying to get in place. And if you'd like to be a part of Bloody Sisterly Love as an associate producer, or even maybe a higher level, you are certainly welcome to contact me. You can contact me at jmagnumcook@aol.com, and our initial thanks credits are $5 for thanks, and our associate producer's initial credits are $25. And there's some stuff that comes with the $25, including, once the film's done, obviously DVD, something like that, and we have PayPal and other means that you can use. But anyway, again, we appreciate the support, and if you would like to know more, I'm going to have some stuff at the end you can read in the credit section on this that will also tell you more information about being involved with Bloody Sister Love. And I may even have a contest, I don't know, thinking about doing that, maybe doing a contest and having someone also locally get a cameo appearance with the film, along with what else we're working on over at eBay and a couple other places that we're working on, bringing in other people involved with the credits in the film production. So anyway, all you fans that have supported us, both the modeling and the film, I just want to say thank you. You are awesome, especially the local fans. You know, all the fans are awesome, but the local ones who are right here with me in Bowling Green and the surrounding area of Bowling Green, who actually have met me personally, know me personally, and are very supportive. You guys are great, and I really do appreciate all of the wonderful stuff that you do, including supporting all the models that appear on Magnum Models and Magnum Caliber Films Facebook. Anyway, goodbye, and it's been great, and I'll continue to appreciate your support.